fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning.
You good? When you hit these little rocks, if you're standing up, you can negotiate it a lot better and keep your traction. What's going on, guys? I've tried to talk a few times now, but this ride is stop and go, and plus I don't have a good train of thought right now. Good thing I've got goggles on. Big old rock pelted me in the face. Anyways, the KTM is running good so far. I think it is having major issues starting every time I stop, pretty much. Well, what's going on, guys? I've been playing Mr. Mechanic for the past few weeks. I started a project on a 94 Toyota pickup. Wasn't getting fuel. Somebody told me it was probably the fuel filter, and I agreed with what it was doing, so I replaced that. No effect. I replaced the fuel pump shortly after that. Also, really no effect. Then I looked up online how to diagnose the OBD1 deal, and it ended up giving me, you have to basically cross two wires and it'll give you a flash code. Code I was getting on that truck was a 22, so I ended up having to look into that, which was the temperature sensor, which controls the choke on the truck. So I replaced the temperature sensor. That made it start right up pretty much. And then it still has lack of power in the mid-range. So I've put the injector cleaner in it to try to help with that. And then I've done the mass airflow sensor. And man, I've been all over that truck. The spark plugs are new. The compression is great. The valves are within clearance. So yeah, that truck is just a bear to get just right. But if I have anybody who is really experienced in working on a 1994 Toyota pickup, be sure to let me know. I've got a couple more issues going on with it as well, like overheating and things like that. So I've got a mechanic friend who's riding in front of me right here, and so he's given me some good ideas. My dad's also a mechanic, so I get good ideas and then I run with them, hopefully, or I jack some things up. I've also replaced the thermostat, which is a quick, easy, and cheap fix, in hopes of fixing the temperature thing, because it does raise in temperature. It doesn't boil over, but it does go from like normal to like 3/4, and only at low speed, which tells me airflow is the deciding factor. which means that fan clutch might be the issue, and that's what Lance, my buddy here, said. That's what my dad was saying too. So I'm gonna take their advice. But right when I got the truck, I could see it had been sitting and had been neglected quite a bit. I replaced the door handles and the tailgate handle, and just a bunch of pieces here and there. I also siphoned some of the fuel out of it right away, try to get some of those contaminants out of there. It was parked without a fuel cap, so that was another issue. So yeah, it's been kind of a fun process learning the truck, because at this point I've taken it all apart and jacked up my hands in the process. But it definitely runs now. It still has a long start, like it'll crank over for a while before it fires up. And generally, once it does though, it's good to go. But before it wouldn't even run hardly. It would just spitter and pop and die at stoplights. So I've had that going on. I've been working on that like crazy. I've also been doing an addition to my house, and so I got that done, and I've been doing all kinds of projects around the house. Really been trying to lay off of those a little bit to help me catch up on mechanic stuff. Let him go forward a little bit, get out of his dust. So yeah, just trying to get rid of these mechanical issues really, and hopefully I can do that without compromising on other stuff too much. But so yeah, I've been hard at work. Haven't been on YouTube very much, but that'll change for sure. I can always make videos. I don't need a bike to make videos. I can definitely still make them without a bike. And for sure, I could have ridden one of my other ones as well. The DRZ is a pretty good dual sport, but it will break if I use it in this kind of terrain. The turn signals, basically all the street equipment would start breaking off of it.
George, just wait up there.
Okay. So yeah, been playing mechanic and home repair specialist.
Alongside of it, you'll go right alongside of it. You look at it, you're gonna hit it. Look ahead.